Hello everyone. First, I'm gonna tell you the update for the week. I always basically talk about everything that happens in a week until Friday because as Muslims we have a congregational day on Friday, and I don't know why my camera is so slow. I think it's late with my voice. Maybe because something's going on in my 4, 5, and 3D world. I cannot explain it any other way. So I'm just gonna let it be how it is. I can see myself in the camera and I can see it's acting weird. So I'm just gonna let it be like that. Bear with me there. Um, I've noticed my photos. I cannot take photos with my new phone. Everything's fine with the phone. Camera is not some super quality, but I cannot simply snap a picture of myself. I see nothing. Nothing shows up on the photos. I wanted to post a couple of my photos on Facebook, and that's because I know that my twin flame is checking on my Facebook at least 2 or 3 times a week, and so I usually keep it open basically for years now, just so that he can have certain info on what's going on with me, and I kind of share my thoughts with him that way. And he's not on my friends list, but it's a long story. Um, when I was contacting him a long time ago, many years ago, for Facebook, I sent him a Facebook message. Since then, he has my Facebook, but we haven't been friends on the Facebook, and he does not have one. I mean, at least he does not have the same account anymore, but I know he is checking on it. I have a way to know through my page that's linked to my profile, which shows me the view and time of the view and everything. So, anyways, I couldn't post any photos since like last month. Every time I attempt to take a photo of myself, it just there's nothing. It's just like some kind of I'd say light. I have no idea if that's some kind of ascension symptom. I assume it is. As you can see now, the camera is doing this, and nothing is wrong with my laptop. I know that my laptop doesn't have a super um, not even, I mean, it's not a good quality camera, but now this is not normal what's happening. It's getting late, uh like not catching up with with my voice, with audio. So I don't know why is that. I think it has to do with the energy around me. It's not device or camera friendly anymore, I guess. I mean, it's a friendly energy, but it's not it's I think vibration is too high, so it's messing up something. That's what I think is happening. Anyways, where was I? I wanted to cover several topics. At least I know this may be distracting. I'm sorry that the voice is not coming up at the same time, and the video is late. But it is how it is, and I wanted to leave it like that because that could be a message for someone too. So just bear with me. At least you can see me. And here's what's going on. So I'm going to cover several topics here about previous week. I always basically make my videos about happenings until Friday. I usually record on Sunday and then I post on Monday or Tuesday, I guess. And I will try to change that schedule because I don't know why the number of views is so low, but I think it has to do with the time and date. I mean, the day that I post when people are busy and it's a work week. And so I will try to post on weekends, but I don't know. So, first of all, I told you about the swimming and all that and sacral chakra guy. If you haven't watched my previous video, if you're just new and you just ran into my video right now and you're watching me first time, please just go one previous video on my channel, just one before this one from the week before, and you don't have to watch entire video. I know it's pretty long. Just read the description under below the video. Just read the description and it will tell you what's going on basically with this person that I have in my life. Well, I should say had in my life, because although I don't know, we don't know what's going to happen in next 5 minutes of our lives. So, well, let's just bear with me here. What's going on? So, if you don't know, if you're not following my videos, check on the description. And here's what happened now. So after the swimming and something, whatever, like we went, that was his idea, but it wasn't his idea. It was something that I mentioned many times on my Facebook in the previous, not just days, but years actually, because I go swim every Monday, almost every Monday or Wednesday, every week. It's my type of exercise. I do, like, I run through the water. I do jogging in the water. I love to swim and dive, and the water exercises. So for years I have posted on my Facebook, like, kind of like what's going on. So I'd say I'm going, because my twin flame, I know he kind of gives himself a ride from work or on the way to work, and he will pass by my house. You just saw the cars passing in the window. You can see the lights. So that's a very big boulevard, the street where I live on, and he lives a little bit further in the other part of the town, but this used to be his route to work, and he would pass by my house. And then even when he wasn't working in this area, he would pass by at certain times, and then I will see that he was checking on my Facebook. And so I kind of had this feeling that I should let him know when I was not, because, I worked from home, which is another thing that I'm going to mention next, what's been changed in my life recently. But anyways, I worked from home, and so I was usually home at the time when he would go from or to work. And so, and it's not just that I would see on my Facebook that someone was checking, but we have that telepathy that I would feel him. I really would feel him drive by. Just minutes before he would drive by, I would feel urge to get out of my house, just get the front door and check it out, and I would see his car. And then he worked at dealership, and then, but certain brand of cars, and he would go with different models and pass by my house. Until recently, there was that accident with his friend that crashed into my neighbor's van. I also mentioned that in a video, a couple of videos before this one. Anyways, I would post that I was going swimming in the swimming pool, to the swimming pools, to the rec center on these days. Sometimes I would post that on Facebook so that he wouldn't bother coming around at that time, because it would be at the same time he was getting off work, and like 7 or 8 p.m. So I felt kind of like that, obligation to tell my twin flame I won't be home. Don't bother, driving by. And this, by the way, is very much related to, in my case, it's related to that song "Drive By" by Train. I mean, it's like the story of us. And I'm sure there's many of you out there who have their twins. It's called twin flame stalking, because it's not actually stalking, it's twin flame checking on you. It's usually masculine checking on feminine, or could be other way around, depends who is the runner. Runners will usually do the stalking, so they can check on you, but they don't want to talk to you, or they don't want to, get seriously like involved in any kind of deeper conversation. Just want to check if you're okay, and they usually do that when you are kind of away doing your own stuff. And anyway, so I would post that. And Sacral Chakra guy, the guy that I mentioned in the previous videos, he doesn't have Facebook at all. He doesn't know my Facebook. We never had that contact or any. He's not on any social media, which is another strange thing about him, which is a good thing about him, which I actually liked. He's not just a. He's not. someone who is average. He's also very similar to my twin in that department. He has his own, lifestyle, and he's not into social media, which is weird for his age, 27. So anyway, um, so he doesn't know my Facebook, and as I mentioned in the previous videos, that he's has channeled my twin flame. So he had no idea that I was going swimming. I think I mentioned it once in front of him this summer, but I don't think. I mean, he might have heard me say that I was going to go swim, but it didn't sound that much important to me. But my twin flame, for years now, knows that on my Facebook that I would post, I'm going swimming. I won't be home. I'll come back at that time. So sometimes he would actually wait on the opposite side of the street. If I would post on my Facebook and say I'm coming home at that time, like I'm just leaving we sometimes put on social media and I'll say leaving the swimming pool, going home now. So he would actually wait sometimes. I would see his car and his lights just across, and then as I park in my driveway, he would take off. It's kind of just a short contact that we could make like that. So he knew, a sacral chakra guy didn't know, and then just a week ago, sacral chakra guy, he mentions swimming and he wants to go swimming with me, and that's another thing he was channeling, obviously, my twin flame, and I always had this great, great wish to go swimming with my twin flame, but right now it's not possible because we are not in reunion yet, all right? So he went swimming with me, and it wasn't that great actually because I was a little bit disappointed. Well, not only because he's not a good swimmer, I expected young men like that to swim better and stuff. That's not an issue. I mean, I'm not judgmental. I'm not that shallow, but the way he acted there was like really. mm I didn't have fun. Let's just say I didn't have fun with him. I was expecting to have more fun. I did appreciate the idea that he wanted to do that and to spend a day like that. So we would do something like activity together. And on the way back, he started uh, doing that old um, holding back thing and saying for a million times, that we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be together, we shouldn't be, getting involved. So it's very depressing after he would do that. Like we have fun together, we have every time we would have do something together, he would have that. I mentioned that before. First high and then low, and then just spoiling the whole day, just complaining, and not to me, not that I did something wrong, but just complaining about the whole situation, like, oh, we should maybe, this is wrong, this is that. And I would tell him, either enjoy the moment or let's not do this anymore. And that's how every time it happened, like we would say bye bye and let's not see each other again, and then he would call me again. Okay, so this time, after this swimming event a week ago, no calls, no texts, nothing, total cut off. And not only that, but what I would feel before was really in the sacral chakra. I would feel uh, sensation every time he was thinking about me, every time he was pulling me, you know, in, and it's this chakra telepathy that I would feel. It's like it's a really strong sensation in certain chakras, just like we have twin flame heart uh, trembling, and this was in a form of certain sort of a painful magnetism, feeling, and it's gone. It's gone since that swimming day. It's totally gone. It's like it's vanished. And I knew he's moving on. This is the story is nearing an end, but I wanted certain closure. I know we had these like breakoffs before and things, but it was I needed closure. We're still, even if we raise into 4 and 5D spiritually, we are still 3D creatures, and we need certain, acknowledgement of things. So I texted, um, but okay, I should say what happened. I texted, and as I said, whether he's channeling Asperger's syndrome from my twin flame or he also has one, it's hard to say. But these people, sometimes you have to be literate and say things directly. If you want something, you have to say it. So I said, call me. Because I tried during the week a couple of questions on text, and nothing, it was silence. And so as soon as I said, call me, I received the call back. And hold on just 1 second here. I'm going to have to stop this and continue. Just 1 second here. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but day before swimming, just day before he uh, asked me to go, he would like to go swimming with me. Uh, he asked me how was I doing, and he said he didn't like texting. He would just call me, we would get out, spend time together. So I was surprised. He texted just day before, he texted me, and I haven't heard from him almost 5 days before that. So I somehow automatically just said, "Oh, hey, babe, uh, is that you?" Like, and I was telling him what I was doing. As someone would act with Asperger's syndrome, he texted me back something that a lot of people would be offended with. I wasn't. Not only that my ego is not driving me through life anymore, but it's just that I understand how this person functions, and I learned a lot about him from the previous couple of months, a few months, I don't know. He said, "Don't call me babe. I'm not your babe." I was really, a lot of people say that's really rude, but that's normal for him because he's afraid of commitment. He's afraid of not commitment, but of these emotions that we are supposed to share, that do exist between us, and the attraction and everything. And when we were together, he called me that, I called him that, and now I just texted it, and he freaked out, and I, instead of being angry, I answered LOL. I knew you were gonna react like that, but I'm sorry. I just came up because sometimes I tell my friends, "Hey, love, hey, beautiful, hey, babe." It's just sometimes a term of endearment. But for someone with Asperger's syndrome, they just get that literally. And if it's not something they want to hear, if it's scaring them, then they will tell you right away, like a child, with no filter. Don't say that, don't do that. Although he's never aggressive in person, and he's very mellow and gentle person. Uh, he's very direct like that. So the text was like, "Don't call me." I'm like, "Fine, I will not call you that." So when I heard from him the day after, he called me again and he asked me to go swimming. I said, "Hey, you," and I started joking. I said, "You are so upset when I called you that one time, babe." I texted you back, said, "Hey, babe, is that you?" Um, he started laughing on the phone in a, smiling kind of, happy way, and he was like very sweet and kind of shy. That I said, "Hey, you. Of course, I'm not gonna call you babe. It's out of question. You're not my babe. Don't be afraid." So he was in a good mood, and we went swimming. And after that, complete silence, and not only communication silence, because we had that before, and then the whole time I would feel chakra telepathy. There was no silence there for sure, and every time it would get stronger and stronger and stronger. Then he would call again. Okay, so this time it's like dying off, dying off. I don't feel that sensation anymore, and there's no phone calls after swimming, and there's no. Although I think he had really, actually, I didn't have good time because I was kind of disappointed, and Actually, I texted a friend of mine while I was waiting for him to get dressed and get from the showers and the other part where men go. I texted my friend and I said, I wish my someone who is very close to me, she knows, and I said, I now more than ever, I wish my twin flame was here because he's very, very athletic, and I know he's a good swimmer and good basketball player, and he's like my true match. I'm a really good swimmer, and I'm not shallow. It's just like he's my counterpart, so we could share that experience completely. Like he would be better, I'm sure, like better faster than me, and now I'm almost teaching someone to swim, like taking a child to the swimming pool. And the way he acted, and some things like, I don't want to go there, I don't want to do that, I don't want to go upstairs and check out the gym. It wasn't that much fun as I expected, not for me, but he was doing like things that he wanted to do there, and he was like really kind of um, liking seeing me there and stuff. So I think he had, I mean, I know he had a lot of uh, high vibe experience himself, which is whenever he does have fun with me, it scares him off. It scares him more off than not having fun, and he always had fun with me. So after this, no calling, nothing, and I know he's withdrawing even more. He's pulling away even more, and I wanted to make sure that this time is really over. But it's hard to ask that because we're all afraid of asking questions like that. Are we done? Are we over? Because if you ask someone and it's not over, you might actually, may think that you want it to be over. So it's hard to ask. So I wanted to check what's going on. I didn't want to sound needy. I never did before, and I just wanted to find out if he was okay. Something could have happened. We have a bad winter over here, a lot of ice out there, and so I texted nothing, no answers, and when I said kind of give him an order because someone with Asperger's syndrome, you kind of have to. I mean, you don't want to, but you have to kind of almost order them, like tell them what to do. So I said, call me. That was yesterday, and which is Saturday night. So he immediately my phone rang and he called me, and he called me babe, which is first time over the phone. After he told me a week before, don't call me babe. It's not like, he doesn't want to do these romantic, whatever, nicknames and stuff. Now he was being sweet on the phone. He called me that. He said he missed me and asked me what I was doing, and I told him that I'm being trained for this new job, that I'm very, very tired, which was completely truth, even more so. I was even more tired than how I, told him on the phone. But I did have my friend come over, and I was going to drop her off at her place because nobody can drive without four-wheel drive here because of the ice. So she didn't come with her car, so I was going to drop her off, and she asked me to stop for a coffee. Saturday night, we don't go out like crazy places, bars and stuff, just a coffee shop, just to have a cup of coffee. So because he avoids that, like hanging around with my friends or his friends, I said, I'm with my friend. I will just drop her off, and he wanted to see me right after that. And he said, can I see you? And I said, okay, I will try. Just 5 minutes, just we can talk a little bit before I head off home and drop off my friend. And I said I was going to call him in an hour or two, and on my way home I would stop by to say hello. And I did exactly that. Hour and a half later, I called him, and this is gonna sound crazy, and I'm supposed to be heartbroken now, but it's not nice what I heard, and it's very painful what I heard, because no matter how strong we are still in 3D, and the words are still painful, and we're still human beings, and the ego is still in existence no matter how much we try to kill it. I want to show you my shirt. It says, you make me happy when skies are gray. This is a song, You're My Sunshine, and it's related to my twin flame. So anyway, um, so I called when I dropped off my friend, and he answered, and he's never been angry with me for all this time we are seeing each other. So you guys do know I'm talking about Sacral Chakra guy, not my twin flame, right? The guy who's channeling my twin flame. And he is saying, you know what? I said, I'm done now and I can see you maybe 5 minutes. He says, I said, it's kind of late. Are you tired now? And he says, no, I'm not tired. I'm not sleepy. I said, okay, fine. I am tired, but I will, see you for maybe 5, 10 minutes. He says, no, you know what? Go home, get some sleep. And he wasn't sounding angry. He was just being serious. He said, go home, get some sleep. And just I felt in his voice, because I always had this telepathy with him. He doesn't have to tell me everything. It's something behind these words that I heard other words like, it's over, not, go home and like go on with your life. It's over. This mission that we had, whatever this was, it's over. He wasn't saying that, but I felt it. And so I said, like, it's fine. I mean, I can see you for 5 minutes. I am tired. He says, if you're tired, go home, get some rest. And the voice resonated. The vibration of the voice was, go home. I don't want to see you. I'm done. So I said, well, don't you miss me? Because that was always the case. But as I said, now I wasn't feeling in my chakra that he missed me. I wasn't feeling it anymore. So I asked this question to see what he was going to answer. And I said, don't you miss me? But what answer was really more, I mean, harder than even harsher, I should say, than I even expected to be ever dreamed of. Not from this sweet and nice person. He said, I don't miss you at all. Maybe he did sound a little bit angry, but not in a regular, normal way that people sound when they're upset. I could sense that. Just maybe kind of subtle anger. But it wasn't just anger. It was something more than that. He says no, and that hit my ego, right, and my AD person, and it took me by surprise that he would just say it like that, even with Asperger's syndrome and everything, that he would be so harsh. No, I don't miss you. And I said, you must be kidding, right? I mean, are you trying to hurt me on purpose? Because it's kind of working, It's like, you don't have to be that harsh. I'm just tired. And he said, no, I do not know you. I mark my words. That's what he said. I don't know you. I don't know who you are. Why should I miss someone I don't know? And he didn't sound like an angry person would say something, or someone who means by, I don't know real you or something like that. He did get to know real me, actually, more than many people ever did in a short time. It was spontaneous um, interaction of someone showing their real selves, me and him. And so that's not it wasn't a hidden meaning when he said that. It sounded like someone who really doesn't know someone. I know it sounds crazy, but if he was channeling my twin flame and he just came back to himself, like his own spirit is back, and that person perhaps really basically, I mean, is half aware of me, but basically is not aware of me anymore. It doesn't know me. If my twin was channeling to him, and the channeling is over now. The preparation for reunion happened. The, the contact to the other person has happened now, and now that is over, and I feel it is gone from my chakras, those urges and feelings and pulling and attraction. I don't feel attraction for him anymore since the last week. It's suddenly gone. It's like I saw this other person who it really is, and maybe that's what he saw as well. So he says, I don't know you. It sounds terrible. I was actually driving, so I had to stop the car to, 'cause that upset me in the moment. And then when came home and I prayed and I haven't cried. I mean, it was really painful, but I didn't cry. So I was like trying to understand what he said. And I did text him after that, just something shortly. Oh, yes, I forgot to say, when I said, are you trying to say that I shouldn't ever call you again? Are you going to call me? He didn't answer. He just hung up. I'm not kidding you. I see something is flying and it's winter. I tell you, something is flying in the room. I don't know. So he just hung up. And that's harsh. It's really harsh. Someone who was nice to me and gentle with me and honest. We didn't have any promises, but it wouldn't have to happen that way, that harshly. But that's probably the only way to cut off immediately the whole contact. Although, again, I say I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't guarantee anything. So that's supposed to be over. And when someone tells you, I don't know you, someone you think was just a channel for your twin flame, just a vessel, I should say, and then your twin was channeling through, and the vessel just woke up, or the person came back into the body, and now that person doesn't know me and doesn't miss me, and I don't miss that person because my twin flame energy has left that person. For some reason, that's how I believe it is. Very, very painful on a 3D level because, it's kind of something that you enjoy a time with someone, and then now you gotta let it go. It's hard, and it happened in the week when I started a new job and I'm going through some transition in my own life. I can talk about that in the next video. This one is already too long. And one more thing I gotta mention is on Friday, I have posted this on my Facebook, and I was expecting my twin flame to show up at the mosque as we go pray to the mosque, but he has stopped praying in my mosque for a long time now. Since that actually time I told you that he talked to me, and at the parking lot at the mosque, I haven't seen him there since. Maybe he's there, but I don't see him. He doesn't show up. And I was leaving some kind of important, kind of messages for him on my Facebook before Friday, and I really thought I was gonna attract him to come. And as I was driving to the mosque, I was listening to some songs, just radio, and all of the songs were my, the twin flame songs that I told you. Even the Sacral Chakra guy was channeling over past few weeks and before. So I picked up on those songs that actually those are my twin flame songs. And now I'm driving to the mosque, and one of these songs is one by um, Lumineers, Ho Hey, and it says, I belong with you, you belong with me, you are my sweetheart, which is what my twin flame called me, actually named me, told my mother that was, what he said, sweetheart. And I have this chain here, see, that says sweetheart. And as I was driving, I'm listening, and that was before Lumineer's song came up. And then the song came up, and it says, you belong with me, my sweetheart. Show me family, show me blood that I will bleed. And as I was entering the gate into the parking for the mosque, these words were playing on my radio. I was gonna turn it off because it's kind of rude to have, music on. I mean, it's inside the car, but still, I was going to prayer, so I was turning it off, and those words came up: "Show me your family, show me blood that I will bleed." And I just knew that he was gonna be there. I told my mother he's gonna be here today, or his mother's gonna be here. And guess what? His mother was there, his father was there. I didn't see him, but I was wearing Pakistani outfit that really, really looks everybody. I mean, people tell me, I don't know. People tell me it looks great on me, and I saw his mother just, look of approval, and she hugged me, and I hugged her, which is a great change from years before. 34, 34 on my camera. I'll check that out and put it below and see what it means. Anyway, his father was there, and his mother not. I mean, we did interact before, and we became friendly over years, but this time she looked down the parking lot after me, and she looked at me with love, like a mother-in-law, a good mother-in-law, the mother-in-law that I would love to have in my life, someone who is my twin flames mother that I would cherish and love, even though I think we may be different, personalities, just like my mother and I are different personalities, but she's my mother. So this woman is his mother, and I want to show her how unconditionally I can love her and her son. And so she looked after me in the same way that some women in that mosque look at me. Some women who asked me, "Would you marry my son? I would be happy to have you for a daughter-in-law." This time she looked at me that way. And I didn't know she was, I mean, before I came from home, I didn't know she was going to be there, but I heard this voice tell me, "Wear the Pakistani dress today, and the one that everybody tells you look good." She didn't see it before, and I think she was impressed, that I look good in their national dress, and I think she liked it. And I guess it was a message for her to know also that I respect their culture, that I could live in their culture, that I would not mind at all wearing their beautiful outfits, and that may be of her concern because I come from Europe, and we have, although I'm Muslim too, we have different ways of, dress and stuff. So that was a good push, and synchronicity. It's not, it's universe, it's Allah conspiring to make things right. So I was happy about that. And then this with sacral chakra, I think it's time to close that door. So the next step in reunion is coming. That's what I think. It's painful. I'm gonna miss that person because it was fun. It was beautiful. It was great experience. But I'm also grateful because it gave me good energy. As I said, it fixed my chakras. I'm trying not to let it interact with my heart chakra now because it's kind of disturbing. Those words are not easy to hear from anyone, be said by anyone or to anyone, even if it was just some neighbor who told me, "I don't know you, leave me alone. I don't want to." Well, he didn't say leave me alone, but it was harsh. It was really harsh for me. But I'm trying not to let it get to me because I see beyond that. And I really feel on energetic level that the connection is cut off. So I cannot blame him. I don't feel it myself anymore. It's not like you fall out of love or something. Maybe that's something people in PD would call, but that's not. This was from the day one. Come on, I call him sacral chakra guy. That's what I call him. Not, I see person as just it's just one chakra. It's not that. It's a complete person. But what it meant to me and what is was, it was his nickname. So I don't feel it anymore. I think it's gone, and the channeling probably is gone. As he said, "I don't know you." Maybe he really has lost that feeling of knowing me because he's back being himself, and himself is not my twin flame. So that's for now. It's 38 minutes. Forgive me. I hope you watched till the end. Like, subscribe, check on the next video because I don't know what's going to be about, and life is full of surprises. Universe will show. I hope for the best, and maybe my journey will give you some ideas about your own. That's the only way I can help others. I don't expect any compensation for that. Let's just share. If you're willing to give me some comments, please do so. I would love to hear your stories. You can email me to justsweetheart at gmail.com or at shukriyalove at gmail.com. Try those two. I will put the emails below. Thank you guys. Love you. It's almost 40 minutes. Bye bye.